Howdy my friends, and welcome to the next rendition of Gran Turismo 6 seasonal events. It's been pretty much about a year since we've been doing these now, and this is the 28th set here. This is your host Sky Hurricane, and hope you're having a super awesome blessed day. So let's get right into this. I have no idea what to expect, how difficult or easy these will be. Well, they're races, so that's a plus. Because the super laps and the drift trials tend to be a little harder for me. The races usually aren't that bad. So, expert level European hot hatch race. So, let's check this out. So, Circuito de Madrid reverse. So it says here, in this race event, you'll be competing with European non-race cars with 450 pp or less. Oh wow, 450. Well, I should have plenty of tune for that. The venue is the Circuito de Madrid reverse course, which involves frequent hard braking and full acceleration. So make sure you get your car up for increased traction by implementing shorter gears and a stronger LSD. You'll also need to be effective through the mid and low speed corners, making it necessary to tune your suspension system too. Alright, ooh, you gotta have comfort soft. Ooh. That makes it more challenging. So it's going to say that I have no cars that are available. We're in the input, which I don't think I have actually. So that gives you some ideas of what we could use. Has to be those countries. Has to be, well, if it's a hot hatch. Yeah, I knew it would say I had no possible choices. Alright, let's see here. Now there's Tigra. It's 450. Is he gonna let that? Well, it seems like the only thing is it's above 450. Alright, I'm gonna try this car, y'all. We'll see. Alright, so this is how things went with the Tigra. Probably about the worst I've ever done in any of these seasonal event races. But for one thing, this car just would not stop with those tires. It would not slow down. So I hit so many walls in that. So yeah, that's how that turned out. May have to use something like the Opel Speedster. Well, hi there, Coupe Turbo Plus. You just chilling? That's funny. Okay, let's draft him. That really ain't gonna help much. This little Peugeot's in second now. If I just had one more lap, I could do it. I seriously need to show where that Fiat had just stopped and was chilling there. It went from second to sixth. Well, y'all, I think, yeah, that's a pretty good race, and I might be able to do with this car. I really don't want to waste any more time, though. But they just had such a huge lead, and, you know, even though I closed it, it just wasn't good enough. So I think I'm going to get me a four-wheel drive or mid-engine rear-wheel drive, something better than this. You know, that won't have so much wheel spin with the sucky tires they make you get. So yeah. So this did not work, as you so clearly see. Of course, I kind of messed up on laps 3 and 5, so I lost by, 4 seconds there. So if I had a perfect all 5 laps, I might have a chance. I don't know. It's pretty tough because they gave me tough for all positions. Say I think I beat the Tiger by like 10 seconds. Didn't I get a 9-11 with it? 9-12. It's just ridiculous. It's my 5th attempt because I just said screwed on the last attempt. It's my 3rd attempt with this car. Yeah, after the first lap and I had lost a second, 27 seconds. That freaking Volkswagen Scirocco, golly, man. It's ridiculous. I'm not having an easy time trying to catch it. So, yeah, the freaking back markers back here really screwed me over last time. I got by this first one just fine. Just like that right there. That's what I did last time. And then these other ones, every freaking one of them I had to hit, I think. Okay, well, I passed him on the left this time instead of the right. Now, 25 seconds. Pretty much have to have a perfect race to even think about having a chance here. Oh. Just me, or am I doing worse than last time? Because I could have sworn I was already up to the Delta. Maybe the Delta was doing worse. I think I got a 143. That was 27 seconds, I know that. No, I'm doing better. Ooh, you're gonna mess me up. Mess up my driving line. Freaking Delta. The good thing about having an all-wheel drive is you can make it to where it'll drift around these corners pretty well, which actually will work in your favor. Okay, there we go, 21, that's better. Okay. Be nice if you'd let me by, thank you. I feel like I'm doing better, but it's hard to say. Maybe I should be going out of first gear on that corner. I don't know. This car seems to accelerate better at the higher RPMs. But it does, the horsepower does diminish, you know, at the highest. Like the closer you get to 9, it really does drop off. Get back there, Fayette Coop. You had the AI fail on that one attempt, which I do need to show. But actually, I've seen quite a bit of AI fail on this. If only the leaders would do it, I wouldn't keep having to redo this freaking race. I did not expect this one to give me trouble since it was 450, but they give them such a huge lead, and besides, this track sucks. Yeah, I actually figured that mid-engine rear-wheel drive Clio would, you know, but they started it out in third or fourth, I think. On the third attempt, well, the first attempt with his car, the Golf messed up and the Clio passed it. I think I'm doing better because 139. If I can keep getting 139s, I'll be alright. Kind of messed it up, but not too bad. Probably don't want to drift too much because you do lose speed when you do it. Of course, your front wheel drive just can't take the curve as fast as my Audi here. Oh yeah, much better because that was 10 seconds last time, I think. 10 or 11. Okay. We can catch him. 4 seconds. That's why I lost by last time. Actually, I think shifting down to first is unnecessary. We gotta catch him. Can't have any screw-ups on this lap. There we are. He's within reach. Little sucker. I'll pass you on the outside. For a front wheel drive, that Scirocco handles pretty good. Yeah, quite a bit better than the freaking Mini Cooper that they had laden when I was using the Tigra. Oh man, what a difference. Alright, come on Audi, bring it home. Like this car. Got to wire really brake early for this one, but we'll see why. Okay. Finally did it. Jeez, and look at that. We almost overlapped the last placers. Needless to say, they probably will not finish. The Golf actually did get third that time. The Fiat Coupe Turbo Plus went down to 7th, though. That gave me a lot more trouble than I had hoped. A lot more trouble. I mean, what was that? The 5th attempt? Of course, the 4th attempt, I just quit after the first lap. But yeah. Yeah, Golf 6R. Well, that's actually a 4-wheel drive Golf, I think. You know, on the 3rd attempt, the Delta failed, I think. Yeah, most of the front-wheel drives ended up being defeated on that, and of course they all didn't finish. Except for the Scirocco, man. It held up pretty well. Jeez. Very well, I would say. Then we wanted the BMW M Coupe. And, of course, those colors, but I'd want those with the Tiger. But yeah, let me show you my settings here. Comfort soft tires would suck, but, you know, all-wheel drive is what I recommend if you have to use those tires. And you have to close a 25-second gap, which was the case here. No traction control. If you was using a front-wheel drive and had those sucky tires, traction control probably would help with wheel spin, but it'll still be hard. But with the Tiger, I wasn't using any. That's why I had a ton of wheel spin. But, yeah, I almost won with that. But geez, man, you saw the difference between the Audi A3 and the Opel Tiger, and you saw the difference. Even though I almost won with both, you know, I did win with this one. But here's my suspension, brakes, you know, so I can get a really good turn. And transmission, that's just pretty much my default transmission. I know it said shorten gears, and that might have helped some because that's not a fast track, but just left it alone. I like this because acceleration sensitivity, if you do that like that for a four-wheel drive, it helps to where you have full traction, you know, on no matter how you're going into a corner. And the front rear torque split had it a little bit lower for better turning, kind of why the car would drift a little bit around those corners. And yeah, a little bit of ballast to get it down, and that was that. So I don't think there's anything else I need to show. So yeah, let's see our car. Alright. A pretty nice car. I know it's in Gran Turismo 4. It's a lot of times it's in the Nürburgring 4-hour endurance race in that game. The AI will choose this car. And it is a hatch. It is a hatchback. Alright, so intermediate level muscle car battle. Ooh, 550 though. Oh. In this race event, you'll be competing with I have trouble controlling muscle cars at 550. That's the only thing. American muscle cars with 550 pp or less. For these big and heavy muscle cars, taking out weight will result in higher cornering speeds and better acceleration. So it might prove more beneficial than just raising horsepower. The best passing spot is on the long back straight. Exit smoothly out of the left turn before the straight and draft rivals before making your move. What tires? Sports hard, oh joy. Well, as long as it's USA, there doesn't seem to be any stipulation. Win a Viper GTS 02, which I think I already have. Yeah, so they are using modern muscle. Okay. So you don't have to use a classic. I'm saying if it's classic muscle, I might be in trouble. Alright, well, we'll find something. I'm going to win this by a few seconds. Almost 10 probably, especially the SSR slowing down. Oh my golly, I did the same thing. I would have won it by 10 seconds. Wow. And I lost it because spinning out on that corner. Wow. That is just sexy. Okay. Well then, I'm just sucking tonight. Alright, this is actually my second attempt of this. Because I had to spin out on the very, very last corner on 2 laps. You know, the 3rd lap and the 5th lap. The final lap. But yeah, I found it funny that they actually allow the Celine S7 in this. That it actually qualifies as a muscle car. So pretty much any American car, I guess, as long as it's not a race car or whatever. Any normal car. But yeah, I sucked on that. I had a 7-second lead, and then I tried to take that last corner too fast. for a second time, and then I, you know, spun out because I hit the walls hard. Yeah. That was just great. And I almost won it anyway. So yeah, really all you need is 3 laps for this. I mean, I guarantee you I'll catch them all by the 3rd lap. I easily had this in the bag last time, but, you know, had to be stupid. And I'm playing this on the controller, so it's kind of harder to go easier on the throttle. Kind of harder to have the throttle control. They are so slow on this track. Come here. Yeah, I can't believe I did that. It's gonna make it be a lot of cutting in this session. Seconds. Yeah, we're gaining pretty quickly. That was just in 1 lap. Yeah, this thing with these sucky sports hard tires, that's the thing. I'm so used to driving with sports soft, so I'm trying to take these corners as though I were with sports soft, and well, I'm not. So I really should not. But yeah, you do have a couple of Ford GTs in this as well, and a Chevrolet Corvette ZR1, which I think has more than 550, or maybe right at 550 performance points. So yeah, Ford versus Chevy. This poor Viper, look at the huge gap between it and the Ford GTs. Oh God. Good brakes on this thing though. You know that Viper handles better than that. Come on now. Yeah, already see them. Okay, let's actually not mess this up. At that corner, I always try to take too fast, and then also these. Already getting the lead though. 2.5 laps, all it needed. They're just driving so slow. They will try to keep up now that I passed, but it's not gonna work. Although, look at that Corvette. It's faster than my Mustang. They're trying to keep up, but they just don't take the curves as fast as I do. I can't believe I did that crap. Messed up the last one. Then again, I can't believe it. It's me we're talking about. Sky almost always has to have a mess up somewhere, somehow. In every race. Although that freaking Madrid race required perfection. there's another mess up, although not a big one. Mess up nonetheless. I almost feel like I could win this with a 500 PP car. You know, as quickly as I caught him. And yeah, we're actually not far from overlapping somebody. Would you believe that? We have not really gotten away from the Corvette this race. Or this lap. We're definitely going to catch that SSR who was in last place. Oh, I already seen him. This Mustang has pretty good handling. Pretty stable too for the most part. Just got to be careful. Especially with these bad tires. Man, you are not... he is not in any hurry, is he? He's just cruising. I bet the Corvette's going to catch him as well. The GTs are trying to pass it, I see. They did not last time. But they might this time, who knows? Second lead. All four of them are in one tiny spot. Look at that. So, you know, providing that I don't screw up. This corner, we got this. Yeah, 9.3. Definitely much better than last time. Right, not taking a chance. It looks like, yeah, looks like they all overlap the SSR pretty easily. But the Corvette held its own. Hey, actually, a second gap. Alright, let's wait on everybody. Of course, the SSR won't finish. Poor Rogers. Yeah, that Cadillac. That would have been a choice as well, but it's a little harder to control slightly than the Mustang, and I don't trust it with sports hard tires. But yeah, my partner car, he got 8th. Oh, and the rest didn't finish. Nah, pretty car. Yeah, I really like those new Mustangs. I actually used to really want one too, you know, well before I got my Impreza. But I never did get one. I did test drive one time. But yeah, we got a SRT Viper GTS, which I'm pretty sure I already got. So, show you my settings. Of course, you know all this stuff here. No traction control, no ASM. And for car settings, sports hard. There's my suspension. I think it's pretty decent suspension, at least for my driving style. I like it pretty stable, but also at the same time having the negative toe gives you a little more maneuverability on high-speed corners and stuff. Transmission, which I didn't really mess with very much. Drivetrain, you know, like I said, this Mustang's pretty stable. And power. And body. Not really too much to say. This car pretty much just did it itself. And so, check out our Viper. Alright, Vipers are always pretty. I think this was my favorite one too. This was the most iconic one. Really a shame it didn't come in blue. Of course, I know you could paint it that color. Yeah, because blue was the iconic color, you know, that it came in. Kind of like it like that, though. Alright, and so, let's check out our last race. I'm actually surprised these races have taken me as long as the freaking drift trials, mainly for that first race, taking me 5 times to do. But yeah, beginner level Japanese 90s challenge, all this will be easy. It's 450. And it's a track that I know very well. Well, I know Trial Mountain very well as well. But kind of sucked. That should not have taken more than one attempt. In this beginner class race event, you'll be competing with Japanese cars built in the 1990s with 450 pp or less. On Special Stage Route 5, your car will need to have good handling stability and a high top speed. So make sure you upgrade your car's suspension and engine. Look to pass your opponents on the long straights. So I'm going to try to use something sports medium. That's the best tires we're to use in this session. Yeah, 1999, between 1990 and 1999, Japan. Then we'll in a Skyline GTR V-Spec R3294, which I actually don't think I have that one. And another polarized color. I like those. They're pretty unique. Alright, so let's find something I haven't used much. Alrighty, and this is my first attempt here trying this little Toyota Starlet. And I noticed our opposition, like Honda NSXs and Mazda RX-7, Toyota Supra, those cars actually start out with around 450 performance points with no tuning at all. So that Lancer there is going to be pretty underpowered, I think, in comparison, unless it's tuned. But yeah, I only 32 kilometers on this, so I wanted to use something that I haven't used. And, you know, like I said, my first time trying this car, the tune may be horrible, but I guess we're going to find out. I tried, you know, my typical settings for front wheel drives. I'm actually really liking the way this, really liking it though. Actually, it's handling just the way I want it to. It's not too crazy, you know, unstable or anything. But it steers very well. You know, because sometimes you can really make a car crazy by adding a lot of ballast on the rear. So what I did with this one was actually pretty good though. Oh, those Christmas trees are pretty. I don't know if they're Christmas trees, but those trees are pretty. Jeez. I'm glad they only made this 3 laps because, wow, I almost got everybody on the first lap. This little Toyota Starlet ain't playing, is it? This little cheap granny car. Get right by y'all, thank you. Oh, this handles so good, man, I like it. Can't wait to test this thing out in open lobby, maybe. I messed that up. You know, you read the handling, you read about this car in Gran Turismo 1 because, you know, I had information. Also in this game, talks about how good the handling of this car is. But in Gran Turismo 1, this car kind of sucks, no offense to it. This was a car that I never really used. I did try it a couple times, I think. to little success. It's kind of like the Demio. I just, after doing so well on the first lap, I just sucked on this lap. Oh well, that's what I do. The Supra went from first to fourth. I thought it started first anyway. Yeah, I actually had a stock Impreza that I could have used for this, and a Lancer, and I don't know, the Lancer might have been too new though. I don't know what year model it was. And of course I had a Mitsubishi GTO. That was the first car it came to. Because it even, you know, it even had the tires that were underneath. Because I don't think I've ever used it for anything. Yeah, I could have taken that faster. And I try to take that faster, but not a good idea. Yeah, I really like this though. Not it. That's the thing. I couldn't put my finger on it because I'm just dumb like that. But there's hardly any wheel spin with this car. Some front wheel drives really have a lot less wheel spin than others. Of course, if I put comfort tires on this, it would be a lot. But and I do have the LSD, you know, set up to try to counteract that, but even so, you know, almost 10-second lead. Jeez, I'm surprised the NSXs didn't do better. The car will win got 6th. Well, wasn't super far behind. Actually finished. All right, moving along here. Our cute little Starlet. Yeah, and that's without really playing with the tune very much or anything. I mean, I did, you know, my usual front wheel drive settings that I start with, and then I don't really feel like I need to adjust it very much. I really like how that drove. Alright. Above 40 million again, and we win all that stuff. So real quick, show you my settings. Sports medium tires, no traction control, settings. Of course, the most important thing with front wheel drive is the suspension, you know, in order to get it to not understeer so badly. And yeah, there you can see what I did. A little bit higher spring rate. I don't really like making the spring rate too high because it makes the car seem like it's floating, and it seems like the most minor little thing will make it to where you'll just lose it. You'll lose control of the car, and I don't like that. And then the toe, a strong negative toe, especially on the rear. And then kind of counterbalance that, I upped the anti-roll bars to 4. The rear brakes slightly stronger, so it'll turn a little better when you brake. And there's the transmission. There's the drivetrain. This is good. I recently learned this. Having it on 5, you have a lot more wheel spin. And then upping it just a little bit, you can have, you know, it can kind of subside the wheel spin to make it to where it accelerates, you know, more thoroughly with better traction. And then, yeah, here's all my stuff there. Very lightweight little car. You know, I just took that. It's almost tuned to the max. I think it got up to 467 max. And I took this off and then just a tiny bit of ballast on the rear. But I think... yeah, it was 6238. So, yeah. So, I went from 62 on the front to 58. So, but you got to be careful with that because you can make a car really unstable. So, that is that. Let's see our prize. Alright. I really like the R32 Skyline. I think I like the 4 a little bit better, but hard to say. I think I like the 4 a little bit better, and then probably the 2 is my second favorite, and then the 3. And then after that, they just did away. Well, they didn't really do away with the Skyline. They kept the Skyline, but they made them be rear-wheel drives, I think. Yeah. Just did, you know, the GTR. But let's see our prices. Because I actually don't think I need... figure all these I'm going to put in the... I think that race we just did was this car's only win. Oh. Yeah, I went 28.1 miles. Alright. Trying to think of what we won here. So we won the Viper, we won... golly, I can't think about what we won. Oh, BMW. A little bit tired, even though I shouldn't be. I have the hardest time getting out of bed, even when I've had plenty of sleep. Really wonder if there's something wrong with me. But yeah, we did not have the BMW M Coupe. Right at 450 performance points too. Pretty much. Seems like a good car. I mean, the stats don't look bad on it. Compare that to the Starlet we just drove, 250 horsepower and 880 kilograms, something like that. Alright, and the SRT Viper. So yeah, say I already had the... Yep, and I even painted it blue with white stripes. So I already had a Viper GTS 02. Tuned to the max. So yeah, I'm not going to need this. Alright, so move that to the stockyard, and our last thing was the Nissan Skyline. So let's check it out. I think I already have an R32, actually a couple R32 Skylines. One of them which is stock, and the other which is tuned. So let's see here. Should be at the top. Yeah, here it is. R32 V-Spec 94. So yeah, R32 89, 102 miles an hour. You know, I might have already moved that silver one, because I had another R32. Oh no, here it is. Yeah, R32 93. It has 26 miles on it. So yeah, I really don't need another one, and it's stock, pretty much. 456. 306 1500. 304 1500. Wow, wonder why this one has so many more performance points. It's weird. The stats are almost the same, just 2 more horsepower. Yeah, gonna move it. So, my friends, that has been the next rendition of seasonal events. So, fun as always. So, yeah, this is gonna take forever. Thank you all very much for watching. This has been Sky Hurricane. Hope you all have a super awesome, blessed day. And as always, my friends, stay awesome. Goodbye, y'all.